So we had Alex Jones up to his old tricks again. He was going around saying the governor of California had Bell's palsy, and I'm going to play a clip, but this is one out of like 10 that his company uploaded, putting out disinformation that the left uses, obviously to debunk later the whole trick where the performance artist known as Alex Jones, who's really about like 60 years old, who dupes his followers to get into entrapments over there in Washington, D.C. So this is his whole trick. He puts out this information. The left later debunks it. It makes everybody and their mother on the right, or who's a centrist, whatever. He makes them look like an idiot because that's his whole gig. And speaking upon the topic, before I play these videos about Alex Jones being a performance artist, do you know that YouTube finally struck down a video of me debunking Alex Jones supposedly not being Bill Hicks? I've never seen that before. So now YouTube is doing favors for Alex Jones. Wow, incredible. So here goes the clips. The same thing he did with Sandy Hook, where he invites disinformation artist on his show. Then he flip-flops, the left debunks him. It's the same old thing, same old concept that he does over and over again. Follow this guy at your own risk.
Respected journalist Stephen Kirsch is reporting that according to his sources, Governor Newsom has not been seen now in 12 days. He even missed the big UN climate summit last week because he had a very bad reaction of, quote, Guillain-Barré syndrome, also known as Bell's palsy, which they admit it can cause. Governor Newsom admits in a press release going back 2 weeks that he took first the J&J experimental shot and then the Moderna experimental mRNA vaccine that Bill Gates put out that's 3 times stronger than the Pfizer injection. Simply incredible. Now, I've been hearing about Newsom being missing for over a week, but I kind of ignored it thinking, well, maybe Newsom just ran off for a while on a vacation, didn't tell anybody. But now, I've talked to law enforcement sources in California and also entertainment sources, the highest levels that have friends that are close to Governor Newsom, and they say he's been locked up for several weeks, coming up on several weeks, in his home that he has outside the governor's mansion in Sacramento, California. We've seen so many heart attacks, so many deaths, so many people get problems with the heart valves, you name it. They even put a warning on the Pfizer and the Moderna shots saying it can cause this. And a bunch of countries have banned the shots, even in Europe. China and India won't take the Moderna or Pfizer injections. So this is a big, big deal, and it's breaking right now. The story's up on Infowars.com, and it's Stephen Kirsch, who is one of the leading inventors in Silicon Valley of a whole bunch of different tech. He's very respected. He's also a journalist, and so his sources from Silicon Valley are telling him this is happening. We'll continue to watch this very, very, very closely.
This is the first time we've seen you since October 27th answering questions, and I know you missed us.
Is it today? I'm just trying to
I know you missed us.
It's been a week.
I'm wondering, though, do you think that I think there's a lot of parents that could totally relate to what you said about spending time with your family for Halloween. Do you think that, or do you wish that you would have maybe said that first, more explicitly?
That I wanted to spend time with my family?
Yeah, I mean, because
and Alex, forgive me for cutting you off. I put out a statement saying I want to spend time with my family, so we actually put that out.
Well, it said family obligations.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's an obligation to spend time with your kids, but my wife, who has been spending a great deal of time, disproportionate amount of time with the challenge of having a spouse, battling recalls, crisis to crisis. It was spending time with her and the kids, and we put out a statement accordingly.
Do you think that this has changed the way you think about the way that information gets out in this social media age? And sometimes when there's a lack of information, what happens? Has it changed the way you think about communicating at all?
I don't know. I was sort of bewildered. I drove into the office every single day, into the Capitol, walked the halls of the Capitol with my kids, spending time with my team quite literally every single day in my office. And I didn't see a lot of other folks. And then I start seeing some things bubble up on social media. Where's the governor? I'm like, wait a second. I'm at work. I'm doing work. I'm doing budgets. I'm doing work on port. We put out a number of statements about the work we were doing last week. So I don't know. I think what we're experiencing is remarkable mis- and disinformation campaigns that are going on across the spectrum in this country.